Should Conda or Conda-Forge be used for Python environments? Conda and Conda-Forge are both Python package managers. What is the appropriate choice when a package exists in both repositories? Django, for example, can be installed with either, but the difference between the two is several dependencies. Conda-Forge has many more. There is no explanation for these differences, not even a simple README. Which one should be used? Conda or Conda-Forge? Does it matter?
The short answer is that, in my experience generally, it doesn't matter which you use, with one exception. If you work for a company with more than 200 employees, then the default Conda channel is not free as of 2020. The long answer. So Conda-Forge is an additional channel from which packages may be installed. In this sense, it is not any more special than the default channel, or any of the other hundreds, thousands, of channels that people have posted packages to. You can add your own channel if you sign up at this URL, and upload your own Conda packages. Here we need to make the distinction, which I think you're not clear about from your phrasing in the question, between Conda, the cross-platform package manager, and Conda-Forge, the package channel. Anaconda Inc., formerly Continuum.io, the main developers of the Conda software, also maintain a separate channel of packages, which is the default when you type Conda install package name without changing any options. There are 3 ways to change the options for channels. The first 2 are done every time you install a package, and the last one is persistent. The first one is to specify a channel every time you install a package. Of course, the package has to exist on that channel. This way we'll install package name and all its dependencies from some channel. Alternately, you can specify the package still has to exist on some channel, but now, only package name will be pulled from some channel. Any other packages that are needed to satisfy dependencies will be searched for from your default list of channels. To see your channel configuration, you can write. You can control the order that channels are searched with Conda config. You can write to add the channel some channel to the top of the channel's configuration list. This gives some channel the highest priority. Priority determines, in part, which channel is selected when more than one channel has a particular package. To add the channel to the end of the list and give it the lowest priority, type. If you would like to remove the channel that you added, you can do so by writing C for more options. With all of that said, there are 5 main reasons to use the Conda-Forge channel instead of the defaults channel maintained by Anaconda. Packages on Conda-Forge may be more up-to-date than those on the defaults channel. There are packages on the Conda-Forge channel that aren't available from defaults. You would prefer to use a dependency such as Openblas from Conda-Forge instead of MKL from defaults. If you are installing a package that requires a compiled library, e.g., a C extension or a wrapper around a C library, it may reduce the chance of incompatibilities if you install all of the packages in an environment from a single channel due to binary compatibility of the base C library. But this advice may be out of date/change in the future. For reference, see the Conda-Forge post on mixing channels. Conda-Forge is free to use even in large companies, while the default Conda channel is not. See here.
Anaconda has changed their terms of service so that heavy commercial users would have to pay, which doesn't include Conda-Forge channel. The main channel is maintained by Anaconda, while Conda-Forge is maintained by the maintainers of the packages themselves. Each have their pros and cons. Packages on the main channel are usually compatible with one another, meaning you can install almost as many as you want, and you won't have dependency conflicts. On the other hand, Packages on the Conda-Forge channel receive the updates much faster than the main channel since the maintainers themselves push the updates to the channel. From time to time, there are also patches done by Anaconda on packages available on the main channel which are not supported and done by the maintainers of the package, which can be good or bad, but definitely out of hands of the maintainers and not supported by them. You probably would want to stick to Conda-Forge if you don't want to pay for the usage, and you would be okay with the versions available on PyPI. As stated in the docs. You could also use MiniForge, which has Conda-Forge as the default channel, and supports PPC64 Low and Arch64 platforms as well as the other usual ones. If you have Conda installed and would like to remove the default channels, you can use to see your channels, and can use to remove a channel.
The Conda-Forge channel is where you can find packages that have been built for Conda but yet to be part of the official Anaconda distribution. Generally, you can use any of them.
In my experience, the channel Conda-Forge provides more packages, and they are also more up-to-date. That is why I use it as my default channel, which can be done like so.
If you want to support the channel, please consider subscribing.